By the time Franklin Roosevelt took office in 1933, the Great Depression wasn't just a bad economy, it was a broken system. In the 1920s, a lot of prosperity had been built on shaky ground, stocks bought on credit, farms and factories producing way more than people could actually buy, and a banking system with very little protection when things went wrong. In some industries, products were even too good. Early light bulbs, for example, could last for years. Great for customers, but not so great if you're trying to keep factories running and workers employed. And when the system finally broke, it didn't just slow down, it collapsed. The man stepping into that collapse was Franklin D. Roosevelt. Hi, I'm Papa G, looking at the ways leaders respond when confidence itself has disappeared. Here's the human piece that makes this even more striking. Roosevelt couldn't walk unaided. After being struck by polio in 1921, he lost the use of his legs, but he worked relentlessly to project strength, standing with braces, leaning on others, carefully managing how he appeared in public. Most Americans never fully grasped how limited he was physically, and yet he projected confidence at a time when the country had very little. When Roosevelt took office, the banking system itself was on the verge of collapse. So he did something bold. He declared a bank holiday, shutting down the entire banking system temporarily to stop the panic, and then reopened only the institutions that were stable. At the same time, he began speaking directly to the American people through what became known as fireside chats on the radio. Calm, clear, conversational. He didn't just announce policy. He explained what was happening in a way people could understand, and people listened. Then came what's often called the 100 Days, a burst of legislation unlike anything the country had seen before. Programs to stabilize banks, support farmers, and put people to work. Agencies like the CCC and the AAA became part of everyday life almost overnight. Not all these programs worked perfectly, but that really wasn't the point. Roosevelt was experimenting, trying different approaches, adjusting as he went. So what's the takeaway? Roosevelt's early presidency shows that in a crisis, leadership isn't just about having the right policy, it's about restoring confidence, helping people believe that the system can work again, and that someone is actually steering the ship. Next time, we'll see what happens when crisis leadership becomes something more permanent,